Cool. Okay. So I think that we're streaming right now, but we're gonna review the stream later. And we have some of our friends actually watching this online on YouTube as well. So they're gonna send us some live feedback in terms of like how the stream is going. And yeah, so this is a test for everyone watching, and we're going to be using this session simply to fine tune our equipment because we are planning to do more of this in the future. So it's just an opportunity to mess about with our software, with the equipment, and also check that, make sure that everything works perfectly. Cool. Nick, you're there?
Yeah.
You're still there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Right here.
So what we're gonna be testing first? Should we start with maybe camera setup? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, the camera's like I would say like let's do it in 5 minutes because I'm gonna move rooms.
Okay, no worries.
Uh yeah, yeah,
Let's
that's
do
probably
some
better.
scene switching, okay? Just to see if we can swap between different scenes and see how it goes. Um, I am sort of monitoring Discord as well, although it's not front and center on my
Mhm.
screen, but I don't see much activity going on in there. And yeah, if anybody's interested, um, we are going to, one second. Let me check something. Right, go back to the stream. Right, so let's do some scene switching. Okay, so we are in the browser scene. I guess this is what everybody sees. And here,
Mm.
this is the frontal camera scene.
This
Can you see it?
Yep.
Right. So I was planning effectively if the main speaker essentially needs to say something important. Basically, they have one scene that we have the person front and center. By the way, what do you think about this background? We can change this.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. You know what? I got this from
Pretty good.
Pixelbay. I got it from Pixelbay, and I have some pretty
Yeah.
cool ones. So we can test some of them, but I think some of them are really dark, and this is the only one that it's calming.
No, I like it. It gives me good vibes. For sure.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking though, this
Mhm.
could be a good background for like morning sort of sessions, you know.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. But we can also test some of the other backgrounds. And what we can test maybe a little bit later is this is the guest scene. And the guest scene, it's pretty much the same, but it just puts the guest in the middle. Unfortunately, we don't have a guest at the moment, so you're gonna join in a second and we can test that as well.
Mhm.
And I have the live chat is going on here all the time. Um, this by the way, this setup was a little bit of a hack because
Mm.
because actually from the stream kit, um, it doesn't really allow you to select live chats like or stage channels because it's not an option. But you can definitely do that. You just need to copy the channel ID into the URL, and you get like state channels as well. So yesterday when we were doing the test, it wasn't actually possible to do that, but I managed to make it work this morning. And
Mhm.
let's switch to another scene. This is the scene which uh, basically has the main speaker and the guest. And we're gonna test this also in a second when you join by camera.
Yeah,
Okay,
looks good.
looks good, but we're gonna test it when you come online. And I think these are the main scenes, really. I was hoping that we can use today's session to maybe come up with more scenes for the live stream. So I'm gonna switch to the
Yeah.
browser and maybe stay there for a while until you come online.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. Maybe around 5 minutes, maybe.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I was thinking maybe we can use the opportunity to, I don't know, brainstorm some other ways we can do these live sessions, and I'm gonna use the browser for that.
Do you check ping.gg
Which one?
if it would help? Is the ping.gg from Tio?
I did actually, yes. So basically, this is this. It's very much the same software that we use for the video, except probably this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be better. Better quality overall. So I think we should definitely give it a try. Um, but it works exactly in the same way as the one that we're currently using. You
Yeah.
get like a dedicated link. You can put that link into OBS, and also the
Mm-hmm.
guest can join via the other link, and essentially you have a conference room inside OBS. So
I see.
I think definitely we should try it out.
It's the same.
Yeah, cool. So I think that maybe let's do some. I mean, since this is a test, we're gonna be doing some random things here, so we'll see where this is gonna take us. But I was thinking perhaps we can set up the um like, this is what we have at the moment. This is the first scene, right? With
Mm.
with essentially with the guest and the main speaker, right? I was thinking like what else we can do. And actually, the one of the other challenges are how we're gonna get other people participating in the live event to speak to us.
Yeah. Not quite sure actually.
Well, I think that the OBS is definitely recording the audio from Discord, but they wouldn't be able to show up on this screen. That's the other thing. Otherwise, what I think would be perfect if everyone who joins the main stage, they kind of like appear like this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like pretty cool
Yeah.
if we do something like this. I mean, I'm not sure if we're gonna get that many guests really, but if we're doing a live event and we want to make, I don't know, we may want to make some cool demos, we want a screen like this, right?
Mhm.
And the other thing which I was thinking that we can do, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to do it because it's slightly more complicated technically. But maybe with that software which you just shared, maybe it's possible to do it with it. Is for the guests to be able to share their screen, because okay, I'm streaming right now, but I have my stream. But what would be really cool is if the guest also can sort of like do something like this, you know, and be able to
Yeah.
share their screen as well, you know, kind of like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
top of each other, so sort of like this.
Sure. Yeah. I'm not sure if ping.gg does it, but maybe it does. I'm not sure.
That's it.
We need to test.
I mean, we can sign up right now, do they have trials? There is a free trial. We can definitely try this out. It says stream with 2 people, 720p resolution. It plays nice with OBS. But can you share your desktop? I don't know. High definition by default, low latency.
Mm.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's not really well explained.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly. So if you can
Something crash or
huh? So if you can
something crash or
huh? No, we're still live. We're still running.
I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay.
Can you join that link that I sent you?
Yeah, I think there is some latency. I'm not sure if it's for me, but
I think latency will be it's assured at this stage because our setup is pretty basic. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that. Okay, we have actually more people on this live stage. Bram, this is we're basically doing a live test at the moment, so it's not really a real event. Well, it's a real event for us, but we are testing at the moment a few things, and we decided the best way to test it is just to go live and see and make it work. And the purpose of this is basically to figure out what else do we need in order to make this experience really good. And the only way to do that is basically by streaming, right? So we need to stream first. We're gonna watch the video later, and we'll see if this is if uh, which what do we need to tune in order to make it better. Cool. People showing up. Nick, are you still online?
yeah, I'm just setting up everything. Just give me a second so we can test the cameras,
Yes, yeah.
please.
Let's do it.
Sorry.
Everyone who is on the call, if you want to participate, raise your hand and we can test it with you as well. Let me check the YouTube stats. Okay, we have one viewer, which is to be expected.
Oh, can you see me?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do some camera switching. So I'm gonna do it in low resolution first. Okay. There you go. You're live now. Okay. So
Yeah.
I think this looks good, but you know what? I think that we need to definitely do this two circles maybe close to each other because they're like really far apart. I think.
Yeah, put me next to you, please.
Well, I'm not gonna do this now because I think OBS will crash. Because it happened yesterday. So I think it just let's try not to do that now. And I will put you right in the center. Just for a test. Okay.
Oh.
There you go. Now you're in the center. All right.
I feel important.
So okay, this works. Right. And if I switch to the browser scene again, you should appear also in at the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we have the same problem. So I think those circles needs to be a little bit closer to each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it works. Perfect.
Yeah. Cool. What else should we do? Should we come up with some additional scenes?
Mm, I think for now that's fine. I'm not sure, or at least if you have any ideas.
Well, I was thinking that whether we have enough footage to really sort of um, that will help us decide whether the quality of the stream was good and whether the
Mhm.
session was good, right? So I think what we need is maybe, I don't know, maybe we should try a few things, and maybe we can record like a demo tutorial now and see and just check it out later and see if this is readable, you know, whether people can actually see it.
Yeah, let's try.
Yeah, let's try. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just create like a quick tutorial on Chatbot Kit and test that. Okay. Now, in particular, the screen resolution. You know, I have some control over the screen size. By the way, I can make it a little bit bigger. Um, let's do some experimentation, right? So this is gonna be a quick and dirty one, you know. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one. We'll just create like a quick bot, and we're gonna call it test. And the description, we can say this is a test bot. And for the backstory, this is the most important part. I think this is where people get confused most when they configure their bots, because the backstory is, I would say, is probably the most important part of the setup process, because this is essentially the instructions for the bot. You know, how it's supposed to behave and what it's supposed to do, all this stuff. The good news is that someone can click on the magic button. I mean, you can click on the magic button and you can type whatever you want. You can say, this is just a friendly bot that helps you book appointments, right? And by the way, even with spelling errors, spelling mistakes will be fine. So let's generate the backstory magic here. So that's gonna give us the bot basic instructions. And in this here, right here, we can modify the rules section. I think this is normally what I do. You know, I modify this section here and just add additional rules. But right now, because this is a demo, I'm not gonna do that. And so this is all set up. We have the data sets. Obviously, we can configure the skill sets. Let's create a skill set, but I will configure this later, you know. Let's test it out. And we can chat with it. It's as easy as that.
What was the default model on this one?
The default model right now is actually GPT 3.5 Turbo. It's tried and tested. But let's switch to 4.0 Mini, because it's just more cost effective and it's more powerful at this stage. So let's do that. By the way, this is again, because we're doing just simply a test here, right? So we're gonna use this footage for checking our equipment, but essentially a quick one. These buttons at the bottom are pretty important in my opinion. And I think the most useful one is the simulate situation button, because here we set up the backstory, and we might want to test this backstory under different situations. And so the best way to do that, rather than changing here, saving again, and then, you know, trying again here, rather than doing that, the easiest way to test is by clicking on the simulate button, and that will bring in essentially the entire conversation into the situation playground, and here we can modify some aspects of it, like particularly around like the different models and things like that. Because this conversation was already started with the previous model, obviously this is not reflected here, but I'm just saying that this is something that is quite useful and can be used for like testing the bot, and under different situations. We have the full conversation as well, and we can restart the conversation. So we're gonna restart this because we've changed the model, and we're gonna test it again. Let's see. I don't know what's your experience, but 4.0 mini sometimes is a little bit laggy. I mean, most of the time it's fast, but sometimes it's just not performing as well as GPT 3.5.
Yeah, I have the feeling that everybody's using it right now.
Yeah, 'cause it's
So
the cheapest. So obviously, it is the cheapest, right? I think it's
yeah,
just
but so far I'm impressed actually. Like I like it a lot more than 4.0, especially in following instructions.
yeah. If we look at our model table here, we have the GPT-4o Mini, which it has a token ratio of 0.03. And let me increase the size of the screen. And GPT 3.5 Turbo, it has a token ratio of 0.08. So it is about 2 times cheaper, like close to 3 times cheaper. So pretty significant.
Yeah. I think is the cheapest model now from all the closed source ones. I'm not sure, even like maybe it's cheaper even than Llama 3.1.
Yeah,
well, the one that is offered by Grok.
yeah. Obviously, OpenAI, they want to dominate the market with their models, and I think they're achieving this. So I think for most intents and purposes, unless you have some specific regulatory requirements or you need to fine tune the model in a very specific way, like the OpenAI models are probably the best, in terms of scaling and using them in production. So
Yeah.
they're doing really good job with this. Awesome. So we are back to this bot here again. We are doing all this stuff for the test, for the sake of science. So we are going to create a skill set, just to make this bot a little bit better. And let's call this skill set test. Because why not? By the way, for those of you who are watching this, we are doing another event tomorrow at 5 BST, so British Summertime. So we're going to be just doing some weekly review. The format of the event is pretty much the same as this one, but we're going to treat it as a test as well. And we're going to continue testing like this throughout the week, next week, just so that we get the hang of it, of doing this sort of events, but also to fine tune our equipment, and get it better. And the whole idea here is that the more events of this we do, the more the frequency of the more opportunities we have to learn how to do them better, essentially.
Yeah.
Good. So where are we? So we are here. We have the test skill set, and in this skill set here, so for those of you who don't know what this is, skill sets essentially are the mechanics by which you can provide special abilities to bots. So if you want your bot to be able to go on the internet, somehow speak to an API, and or be able to understand images and things like that, essentially all of this can be configured with skill sets. And when we design those skill sets, you don't need to specify the name and the description. These are not required fields. But when you create the ability within the skill set, you definitely need to do that, because those two pieces of information are essentially hints when the bot should be using these abilities. So let's create like a basic ability. So I'm gonna create an ability that allows me to read fetch any page. See, it's a basic one. Okay, fetch page, description, this ability allow the bot to read the content of any web page. Okay, and if you're not happy with the description, you can again click on the backstory magic, generate, and just use this. So this would make it a little bit better. And now the most important part is the instruction. So the instruction is essentially, think of it as if you're programming in natural language. And the easiest way to start is by either using the templates or again the magic button here. So I'm going to use the templates for now, and I'll use this one, fetch a web page. And here, this is how it looks. But I'm gonna make a customization here. Now the format for this instruction is Markdown. As you can see, we're using the special backticks format, which is the way you do things like code formatting in Markdown. But in the case of Chatbot Kit and the instruction field, this essentially provides the action for the ability. So this is the most important part of the instruction. And if we look at the cheat sheet, also, we can see that we have special mechanics by which we can include different types of information inside the instruction. So what we want to do with this instruction is to be able to fetch a website or web page, and we're going to use this format to define that we need to input the URL here, right? So to declare a new field, this is how we do it, right? So the way we define the input, we say web page URL, and we can describe it. This is important, by the way. So this is the URL for the web page. Okay, and basically this is it. We click save, and this ability is created, and now we can test the ability as well, so we can chat with it. So let's pick up a nice and easy page. Maybe we can pick up this one. Let's say how many tokens you get on the basic plan. Let's try this. Can you fetch this page and tell me now this might not work. I'm just pushing it here, and the reason I'm saying this is because I'm not quite sure when we convert the HTML to text, it will do a good job in the formatting.
That's with 4.0 Mini?
Okay, this seems that there is an issue with the URL provided. The best way to debug this is to go to see full conversation and see what happened. So you can see this is the request, and this is the response, invalid URL. I wonder why. It seems to me pretty valid. Let's try again. Actually, maybe I need to modify the, I think I need to modify the skill set. So we're gonna do this. No, that's not with Faro Mini. This is actually the testing. The test of skill sets is actually using GPT 3.5. But we can change this at some other time.
Did you just hear that, or I'm just checking because I said that around like 3 minutes ago. I just want to see if you just recalled it from 3 minutes ago, or are you just hearing it now?
Hearing what?
About the model when I asked about the photo.
Uh, no, I think you mentioned this like a couple of minutes ago. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Just checking.
I'm not quite sure what's going on here. This is something that we need to investigate. Yeah, for some reason, actually, it doesn't like this URL. But we need to understand this better. So I won't be able to do this now. But this is okay. This is enough for like for the test that we are actually performing here. So, cool. What shall we do? What
Yeah.
other tests could we do?
Mm,
I feel that there is
so in
actually
terms of set,
quite a lot of latencies, to be honest. That's what it feels like. And YouTube is reporting that my upload bitrate is actually below the average, like 3 times below the average.
Mhm. That's why I want to check because I think there is latency. 'Cause sometimes when I say something, I have the feeling like it's taking maybe like a minute or two.
I think this is what we're gonna find out at the end when we watch the video. I mean,
Mm,
um, although it's recording pretty much everything that is happening on my desktop,
yeah.
it means that I don't know what the final result will look like, but I can definitely feel, even when using the browser, I feel that there is a little bit of a slowdown, and this might be due to my system underperforming. Although the CPU, I can tell you right now, the CPU is actually pretty good.
Mhm.
It stays below 12% all the time, in terms of utilization. And the drop frame rate is about 4%. I don't know what's the industry standard for a good stream, frankly. Maybe 4% is too high, but it seems to me it's actually low enough to have a pretty good um, recording at the end. And mind you, we are
Yeah.
doing this live not only on YouTube, but also streaming on Discord. So it's actually happening. The stream is going on in two places from my machine.
Yeah.
And also, I'm putting my camera up on Discord, right? So people can see me in like, full camera mode. This could be affecting things quite a bit. I don't know. But maybe we can turn off the camera and maybe I don't know, maybe we can take the actual stream itself. We can just put it on YouTube and we can still use the live this Discord scene just for the voice, and just for communication.
Mhm. Yeah. Let's see at the end. We'll rewatch it and see how it goes. If it's like if it's any good.
Cool.
We'll have a couple of those tries, until we figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. So, should we wrap up for now? I think we did like 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe. And I think this is should give us enough footage to fine tune the equipment.
Hmm. Okay.
All right.
Sounds
And
good.
tomorrow we can do another one, maybe around 2 as well. And we're gonna do with the Friday update at 5, and we can see how that goes. So we're gonna have two opportunities to basically test it again with some of the changes that I'm gonna make tonight, and see how that goes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Great. Well, thank you all. Thank you whoever joined. Uh, Thank you for your participation. And as I said before, we are testing at the moment, uh, and we're gonna get some feedback from some of our people and update the equipment and try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. I'm gonna sign
Perfect.
off,
Okay.
and we'll be back online. See you later.
Yeah. Bye bye.